Hello and welcome to the show. My name is Alex and this is TechFlow. Today I wanted to share with you guys some of my favourite YouTube cameras. Let's get straight into this. First of all, I just want to drop in here and make sure that all of you guys are enjoying all the content you're seeing here on TechFlow. We've only been going maybe a few months, so your feedback is always greatly appreciated, and I hope you guys are liking what you're seeing. So I get questions on the daily about the equipment that I use to make videos, whether that be over on my vlogging channel or the equipment for TechFlow, which we will do a dedicated video on soon, by the way, or just even to live stream. People are always asking me what equipment I use to do what I do on the here internet. So I'm going to tell you guys, walk you guys through all of the cameras that I have personally used and all of my recommendations for certain price points for the different videos that you guys are trying to make on the internet. So, cameras are kind of a decisive thing. If you want to do vlogging, you probably want a small compact camera. If you're going to be doing still on a tripod sort of videos, you might be able to opt for a bigger camera because you can put it on the tripod and just leave it there. But an all-round option that I have found for YouTube, whether you're just starting out or even if you're a fairly big YouTuber, is the Canon G7X. Now I've got mine here. I would still be using it if I didn't drop it in a pool full of water and break it. It is an absolutely awesome camera. It can do 1080p video at 60 frames a second. The audio quality is great from this little thing. You can hold it out, the lens is wide enough to vlog with it. You can even put it on manual focus and use this ring as a manual focus if you would like to, so you could in fact put this on a tripod and use it as a static camera setup. This thing is just absolutely awesome. Takes a micro SD card so you can quickly offload files to Mac or PC. You really cannot go wrong with this camera. Now I'll provide links in the descriptions to all the cameras that I'm talking about in this video, but on Amazon here I found it for £369 here in the UK. Now I got mine a lot cheaper than that and a longer time ago. I got mine half a year ago maybe, and I got mine off eBay, so let me see what sort of a deal I can find for you guys on there. So the first one that comes up on eBay is $339, so that's already a significant saving, but there's someone selling a used one here for £255. Let me keep scrolling here. £175. It's always good looking on eBay to see if you can grab yourself a bargain for little items like this. But this is just a great all-round YouTube camera. You can vlog with it, you can do static videos with it, you can pretty much do anything with it. It's compact and it also has the added bonus of taking some absolutely incredible photos. And it has zoom. Now this was the camera that I actually started out making YouTube videos with. This is the Canon EOS 650D. Now they've brought out newer versions of this camera. You guys might know there's a 700D and the 750D. Now these are upgraded versions of this, but in the 700 and 750, there's no upgrades to the video side of it. It's just maybe a few hardware changes. So the 650D in the Canon D lineup is an absolutely great camera for doing static video, and I'll explain why in a second. So the reason I like these bigger cameras is because you can put interchangeable lenses on them. So you can take the cap off here and you reveal the sensor underneath. Now you can't take pictures with this like you could with this. You can't just pick it up and take a picture. You have to physically attach a lens to one of these cameras. So I've got one of my favourite and most cheap and reliable lenses right here. This is the Tamron 16-200mm. So what you do is you untwist the back cap like that. You find the little hole, so you'll have a little red mark there. You find the red mark on the camera. You put it in, twist it on, and you're good to go. So I can put that in and press record, and now you can see the sort of quality that this camera can produce. This is a setup I'm using to record this video with right now, and as you can see there's not a lot of light over this side of the room. All the light is focused on me, so if I turn this camera around you might be able to see me a little bit better, but you've already noticed the drawback of this camera. Yes, there's no autofocus. That means if you wanted to do video and hold the camera and turn it round and put it in different places, the camera isn't going to be able to automatically focus on what you're pointing the camera at, which is a massive downfall for vloggers. But the other reason these are great cameras is because you can change the lenses on them. So this is a zoom lens, 18-200mm. That means I can zoom in a long way with this lens and get close up to subjects that are quite far away. Now I've got one of my favourite Canon lenses here. This is the 28mm f1.8 lens. Now I'm going to put this on this camera now so you can see what it looks like. So I've got my 28mm on here, and you probably heard me mention about a f1.8. Now that pretty much means that this lens is going to have an awesome depth of field. Now every lens that you buy, it will always disclose what f-stop number the lens is. This Tamron 18 to 200mm is a f3.5 I believe, and this is a 1.8. Now the lower that number pretty much means, in a nutshell, the more depth of field you'll get. So say if you have a subjective focus, if it's a lower number, the background will be really out of focus. Whereas, you know, if you've got a higher f-stop lens like this one, which is an f3.5, or the lens I'm shooting this video with, which is an f4, everything will be in focus, if that makes sense. So with these cameras, you've got flexibility of getting an even better shot, as you can customize the lens and get a different look, even with the same camera, which is really, really cool. So on Amazon, I can find the Canon 650D for £369. Now that is the body only. If you wanted to buy a lens, this Tamron lens is about £96. So you add those together and boom, you've got yourself a complete setup. So those were all the cameras that I have used to shoot my videos with in the past. I'm going to throw a few names out there for you guys now of some other cameras that I've used and recommended, but the ones that I don't have here right now. And that is the Sony, I believe, Mark IV, RX100 Mark IV. Now that is a point and shoot camera, much like the Canon G7X, except it's going to run you about £1,000, but it can do internal 4K into its little body. So it's pretty much the same size as this, and it can do 4K, which is absolutely awesome. Another awesome vlogging camera is the Canon 70D. Now, I know Casey Neistat uses this in his videos. I think it's a 70D, but I've also used it myself, and it's a great, great camera. But obviously, with these cameras, you're gonna end up going up in price the more you buy, and as with any camera gear, or pretty much any gear in general, the more money you put in, the less return you get. So pretty much what I'm saying there in a nutshell is the difference between £100 and £200, which is a 50% increase. Is that a 100% increase or a 50% increase? So the difference between a 100 camera and a 200 camera, which is a 100% increase on profit, will get you a lot of difference. But if, let's say, you spend £500 and 100% off £500 would be £1,000, the difference between £500 and £1,000 wouldn't be as much difference between £100 and £200. Hopefully that makes some sort of sense. You get less return for the more money you spend on equipment. So what I'm going to do is drop links to all the products that I've talked about in today's video down in the description, and I'm also going to drop some links as to the videos that I've used this camera in and this camera in. So you can physically go and watch these videos and just see what the quality is like and see if you like it, okay? Now these are real life examples I'm going to put in the description of myself using these cameras. Now right now I'm using a Sony A7S because I know there's going to be some comments about that saying, Alex, what's shooting this video? Yes, this is a Sony A7S, but I'm going to do a totally separate video on the cameras that I use to shoot the videos here on TechFlow and our whole lighting system and everything we use. But for now, yes, I hope you guys have enjoyed. Mine has been Alex, you guys have been awesome, and I'll see you in my next video. Adios.